What's up, you guys?
What's up, you guys?
We are here with a live Real Housewives of Potomac recap. So let's get into it. What's up, you guys? So I'm here with some of my YouTubers. We have Up and Adam. What's up, Adam?
How are you?
I'm great. We're having a pajama jammy jam. You want to show us your pajamas?
Yes, because everybody's probably going to think I don't have them, but I do. They're my Christmas jammies. But normally I'm commando, so I had to explain this to everybody. This is why I'm not up to date.
Yes, and we understand. We understand being commando. What's up, Brace? I see you're in your cute pajamas.
I am, thank you. Straight from Shein.
I know that's right. What's up, Kempire?
Hey, you know what am I giving you right now?
You look familiar. You look familiar.
I'm giving you Robin vibes from her pajama party.
Yes.
Do I look bummy enough?
Did you say bummy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm giving you Gizelle. I don't want to embody Gizelle because I don't care for her spirit. But by request, I am wearing the Gizelle robe. This is by Kempire's request. I am wearing the Versace robe worn by Gizelle on the last episode, the previous episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac, where they were asked to wear their bed clothes and Gizelle showed up in her bath clothes. Sleeps in a bathrobe.
I love it. I'm so happy you committed and actually wore it. It looks so much better on you. It's not like so aggressive the way hers was.
I committed. I love color blocking, so I had got this, a long time ago. Before we get started on the recap, I do want to get into some of you guys' comments. So y'all are ready already. Justy is commenting that this time it's not really Gizelle doing things. Wendy is acting brand new. So we're going to get into the beef between Wendy and Gizelle. And someone actually agreed with Justia. Brody said, "You are right, and I don't even like Gizelle, but Wendy been feeling herself lately." Now, is that a crime for Wendy to feel herself? Is that a crime?
No.
I don't think so personally. I think people just hate women realizing that, damn, I'm cute, I'm pretty, I'm this, I'm that. I feel like people don't like that when women, like, first of all, invest in their beauty, like with Wendy doing like the nips and the tucks and stuff like that. I don't know what it is about it that people really take personally. I'm not saying that the commenters do, but I do notice that people seem to take it personally when people they want cosmetically with their bodies.
Right. Not just comments. We're talking about like in real life, because I've invested in my body. I shared that I have had liposuction. I've invested in my body. And in real life, in my family, I thought my family would judge me. But actually, my family was like, they want liposuction too. Even like my brother and like a lot of people who I thought would judge me didn't. But in real life, people do judge you for investing in your body. But I feel like as long as you're safe, it's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So let's get it.
But do you have to get a whole new personality?
Is it a new personality? Is it?
It feels like it.
I don't know if I would think that it was a new personality, or I've said this before too. I feel like she's kind of just being a housewife-atized. I know that's not a word, but I just feel like she has seen herself filming season 1. She knew she needed or wanted to do like a little bit of a glow up to match the Housewives franchise. And we see this with so many different housewives. She didn't need anything, so I didn't mean that. But, she's like kind of stepping into that, okay, this is my sophomore season. I'm ready to go. I'm going to bring it this season. And she knows right now at this point, she's a public figure and all eyes are on her. So she wanted to make sure all eyes were everywhere.
I thought the same thing too. I thought it was just her being a typical housewife. Like after the first season, you normally see a second season glow up. So I felt like Wendy was doing what most housewives do, but for whatever reason, people are judging Wendy more harshly. And I shouldn't say for whatever reason. We know the reason, because Wendy came on as Professor Wendy, Dr. Wendy, because she came on, leading with her academic accolades. People are judging her harsher for getting work done to her body. That's what I think it is.
She even called it body shaming on her Twitter.
Yeah, okay, so we can go ahead, Kempire, since you brought it up. I did want to get into that. Wendy did call out Gizelle. Wendy did call out Gizelle. And I'm going to just start from the bottom to the top. So Wendy tweeted after this, or during this previous episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And if y'all can mute your mics, Wendy tweeted, "We all saw you at Gizelle Bryant bringing up false rumors in this scene. You were so pressed to make sure it made air. You said it again. Girl, you're not a friend, nor were you concerned. You just have a history of attacking marriages. I pray for happiness in your own life." And then she tweeted, "So when I wore these outfits last year," with a picture of the outfits that she's worn with, you can see she has like cleavage in all of these outfits. She said, "During season 5 of RHOP, no one had a problem with it or questioned me. I guess the real issue is that I got my boobs done, not my outfit choices. This negative narrative surrounding my appearance is body shaming at its finest." So what do y'all think of that tweet of her calling out Gizelle and saying that basically Gizelle talking about her outfits and her plastic surgery is actually body shaming?
I think it speaks to a bigger topic that, has been going on for a long time. I remember very well, like when I was still in uni, like around like 2011, like my first year or something like that. There's a conversation about like the double standard in outfits. Like if a woman with a small chest wears an outfit, it's okay. Then all of a sudden, if you have more, like whether it's natural or not, it seems as like risque or too sexual or thirsty or this or that. And so I do think it's a very like complicated subject. I think it points to that. That's always. Do you guys feel that way?
But is it complicated? I went through this even in high school. When I was in high school, they started implementing these rules about like basically you can't wear a tank top, but they would only execute the rules for if people wore a tank top and they had large breasts. That's the only time like a teacher or an administrator would call you out. But if someone who was flat chested wore a tank top, they wouldn't get called out. So I don't know if it's a complex rule or if people make it complex the way they execute the rule.
I think it's complex in that, is it the tank top that's offensive or is it the body? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the body. It's the body.
There's just something about a curvier body that is just more, I don't know what the word is.
It's like it's jarring. I almost want to, it shouldn't be, but it's almost like it's jarring to people to see curves, even though it shouldn't be. Because you know what I mean? Like we're all human, like, come on now.
Exactly.
But I would like to hear from the guys. What y'all think?
2 gay guys. Well, look, what you ladies are talking about are real issues in the world. But when it comes to Dr. Wendy Accuses, look, I just want to remind people, disclaimer, I'm playing Robin today, so everything I say is going to co-sign Gizelle, not what I really believe. Anyways, but my thing is with Dr. Wendy, she gave such a different persona. To see this whole other persona this season, I understand why they might be a little bit like, wait a second, I'm seeing all of this. It's like a whole other person. So it makes us believe, like, who are you really? Like, I don't mind breasts. I'm a gay man, but I don't mind breasts. And I have to say, when Dr. Wendy has some really good work. Some people get, bad work. She has good work, but it's a completely different Wendy.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, it's definitely a completely different Wendy. Gizelle, Grace, I called you Gizelle. I mean, Grace, I hear you saying that you agree that it's good work. Does everyone agree that it's good work?
I think it's good work.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think this is as complicated. I don't think it's that complicated.
Yeah.
Because what you have here, like going on with her, if somebody wants to change their body, I think that's their prerogative. They can do whatever they want. And I don't think like this is giving me, Giselle's kind of giving me Lisa Rinna vibes in this episode, only because, and let me explain this. She is using somebody else and what they're going through as a storyline because she's not really offering anything else from her side. And I feel like by her going on and saying, Wendy's giving us a whole lot of body and it's this whole new Wendy and we're also seeing Professor Wendy. We're seeing her, trying to start a new business. And sure, she is coming off like she doesn't know anything about that business, but she's trying. It's a part of her journey. We're seeing it play out. I don't think her dressing a certain way or enhancing any parts should really be that big of a deal. I mean, we've seen some housewives, I said this earlier, like especially on Beverly Hills, Brandi Glanville has had like 5 new faces. So what, you know what I mean? Kyle Richards gets a new nose all the time. Like they all do something.
I agree with that. To echo off what you're saying, Adam, I think that Gizelle is laying it on thick in order to justify the rumors that she's about to bring onto the show. Because, you know, she was kind of linking the new persona that Robin has, the new outfit that she has, to the cheating. So she really just wants to like drill that in our heads that this rumor is true because she's doing this, she's doing that. And yeah, I don't know, that makes me uncomfortable that she's just going so hard on somebody like that.
Yeah, and it makes me especially uncomfortable because this is the second season where Gizelle has come after someone's marriage. Like last season, we saw her in the like after show, in the edits, you saw where Gizelle kind of came after Monique's family, even though they didn't show it on the season. Gizelle, you know, was accusing Monique of having a baby by a physical trainer. And then on this season, we see her coming after Wendy and bringing up the false rumors about Eddie allegedly cheating on Wendy. And Wendy is pointing out, okay, you said this twice, not only in your first scene with Ashley, but you said it in your second scene with Ashley. So it really seems like you have an issue with marriages, like you attack people's marriages.
And
I don't think so. She's been so supportive of Robin's marriage.
You know, I can't with you pretending to be Robin. I can't talk to you like that.
Yeah, I have to tell you, it's a lot of work. Damn, Robin.
If you were really pretending to be Robin, you would just be asleep.
Is that why I was tired?
You.
I think that's why I was tired.
It could be. You know what? I appreciate so much your head wrap, Empire. You want to show the people your head wrap?
I really was trying to find one with glitter and like diamonds and
yes,
studs.
like Robin.
I'm not that gay though, so I don't have that in my house.
I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Guys, it's not even the second time. Wendy was being generous because what she came after Ray and Karen. Remember, she's like, every time Erica Lyles comes around, Ray wants her. Then Charisse was still married to the basketball coach or whatever when she claimed that Charisse had a fireman boyfriend. So this is the fourth marriage she has come after.
Ashley Darby.
Yeah, Ashley Darby's marriage, of course. Like the fifth, it really says a lot about her that this is always like what she goes for, especially as a woman who had such like, you know, I don't even know if you can call her marriage like a marriage. Like it was a mess. It was a cluster, F-U-C-K, that she was involved with. You know, so for her to be so hard on other people when she knowingly married someone who had outside kids on her prior to marriage and stuff, like leave people alone, sis. Look in the mirror what you've got or what you don't have.
And there's a certain level of hypocrisy with all of this too, because you're getting upset with Karen for going on social media and talking about her relationship with her daughter's father and how Karen felt like, you know, it was kind of for a storyline or whatever she said, you know, and Gizelle is so bothered by everything that Karen said when it really wasn't anything that everybody else wasn't already saying, right? But if that bothered you so much and that was your family, then why would you go after other people's families?
And people's children.
Yeah.
She was questioning the paternity of a child who was like, what, like 4 months old at the time.
Yeah, isn't that terrible?
I can't.
Like, I could never see myself doing that. Like an innocent child, and you're questioning their paternity, and you're claiming that, you know, we're doing reality TV, and you're coming after Monique, not the baby. But in reality, you're talking about that baby. You're talking about that child and that child's father. And
let's be real. Let's be real. If Gizelle wasn't the bone carrier, bone collector, what would we have this season?
You know, and I wanted to ask you guys that because we see bone carriers even on Real Housewives of Atlanta. We see Sheree as a bone carrier. On Love and Hip Hop, we see Carly Red as a bone carrier. But it's a certain viciousness that you see with Gizelle that you don't see with Sheree and that you don't see with Carly Red. You know what I mean? So it makes me wonder, is Gizelle jealous of other people's marriages?
I feel like she plays puppeteer. I feel like we've seen this before, and I'm not going to say her name, but we've seen it before with one of our OG Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And she was so incredibly amazing at how she played puppeteer, puppet master, and had the other housewives do the dirty work. And for Gizelle, I feel like that's exactly what she does here. And she feels like that's how she's going to hold her champagne glass and continue on throughout the seasons, because she takes a little bit of information and she drops it in somebody's lap, and she'll have either Robin pop off, or now she's going to drop this in Ashley Darby's lap. So Ashley Darby's going to be the one who brings it up. She goes back and she'll tell Candace things. And she knows by dropping these little tidbits here and there, she's stirring the pot. she knows exactly what she's doing. She's just not at the same level as that former housewife. But she is taking notes. You can tell.
She's doing her job. She knows the assignment.
Yeah, Gizelle, she definitely knows the assignment, but it's to me, in my opinion, it's gotten to a point like it's gone overboard. You know what I'm saying? Like she's definitely doing too much, in my opinion, to the point where I'm starting to wonder, is she really jealous of these other people's marriages? Like, is she jealous? This is a question, you guys. Leave a comment. Is Gizelle jealous of Wendy and Eddie? Because Eddie has Wendy's fat. You don't think so?
No, the only reason I say I don't think she's jealous is because I think that she's just, like Kempire said, she knows the assignment. Like she knows what she has to do. And I feel like she's the producer's go-to because she will continue. She doesn't care to hold back. She'll just continue to drop the bombs. But I mean, I can see where it comes off as jealous, but unfortunately, the disgusting part about all of this, like when you go back and you mention the paternity of someone's baby and stuff like that, once this is put out into the world and on this platform, it's going to be talked about for a long time. People make memes out of this stuff. It's on the internet. And then eventually that baby is not going to be a baby anymore. And maybe, just maybe, who knows, they'll have to answer for this or about this in the future. You don't know what this is going to do, but I feel like she's very reckless with her platform. I do feel like that.
I agree.
I don't.
Robin.
Okay, Robin.
I can't deal with you as Robin. I need you to come through as Kemper. I can't deal with Robin. I could never have a conversation with Robin. Like, I don't talk to people's bodyguards. Like,
Speaking of that, Robin really has, she's really leaning into the whole lapdog, persona that we've given her on this show. And it's becoming cringeworthy at this point. But I can't blame her. If my friend was allowing me to be on this show for another season, her 6th season, I'm going to have her back. That's a good Bravo check. No matter what we may say, that's a good check for Robin and her hats.
I bet you that Robin does not get paid that well, though, if you think about it. Robin has to be the one who gets paid the least on the show because, they have an algorithm and they do analytics. It's just like if you're on YouTube, you see, what topics trend, who's the favorite, who's not. I'm sure Gizelle is commanding the highest paycheck and Robin is commanding the lowest. Like, it's just.
I think Wendy's lower than Robin based on the rumors.
No way. And if she is, it's only because it's her sophomore season. Like, Robin has 6 seasons, so maybe she might get a little bit more. But honestly, she's lucky that she's getting a paycheck at all, the screen time, all of it. She offers nothing to the show. I'm sorry. And she watched my story when I tagged this. So I'm sorry, Robin, if you're watching. But we have to, it's not a bad thing if you don't make a great housewife. Like, there's so many people we know, like, I wouldn't be a great housewife, and that's okay. And you're not a great housewife, and that's okay.
I feel like that's a good thing. If in real life you don't make a great housewife, it's actually a good thing because it means you're not full of drama. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're leading a peaceful and healthy, probably healthy, keyword healthy life. So it's actually a good thing.
Remember, a check is better than no check. Remember, she almost did not come back this season.
Well, the only reason it was rumored that she did come back and she was offered back is because we lost someone, or else she wouldn't have been coming back. So I'm curious.
But that's the thing. I don't know why. What's the name of that girl? So far, she's offering even less than Robin. What's the name of the Ethiopian girl we've got right now?
Escala.
She had like 1 or 2 lines this whole episode. Last episode, she had that like line where she can't take it anymore. And we're like, what? Who are you? Yeah. What's up with her?
I think we got to be patient. I would like to be patient with my East African queen. I would like to be patient with Escala because I believe she's going to come through. That's what I have heard. That Escala is going to come through. So I would like to offer her some patience. That's
I think
would like to see it in my voice.
I have a question for you guys. Would you have rather have had Escala as the full-time champagne glass holder as opposed to Mia Thornton? Like, since they tested both women this season, obviously. I know we don't know enough about Escala, but if you had to pick from what we know now, do you think they messed up or you think they got it right?
I would prefer her rather than Robin because I feel like we know Robin's story and it's not actually changing the season. Like, she's not actually getting married this season. So she doesn't have like almost like a story arc. It doesn't seem like Robin's going to have a story arc this season. So I'm open to a new person. I like Mia. I want to see Mia's story arc, but I also would like to see Escala's. So if anyone, I would like a Skylade rather than Robin.
I'm so glad Juan Dixon is not here right now.
He would fight us going in on his roommate.
Oh.
You ain't got to fight me, Juan. I'm with you. You ain't got to fight me.
God. Going in on his roommate. That was just the easiest, most slithering shade that I've ever heard. You just snuck that in there.
Just slide it in there at all times.
I want to say for the most part, most of us believe that they're not in a real relationship, that Juan Dixon and Robin Dixon are not in a real relationship. I believe they're in a real relationship, but it's like sad. I believe they're in a sad relationship. But do the three of you guys, do y'all believe that Robin Dixon and Juan Dixon are in a real relationship? Like they're really going to get married?
See, I think those are two different questions, because I think that they're in a real relationship. And like you said, I think it's sort of sad. And again, I'm not behind their walls, you know, so I don't see everything that goes on, right? But I also don't think that they'll end up getting married. So
What about
Do
you?
you believe he shot up her club? Or was she just saying that to make us think that this relationship is real? Did he shoot up the club or no?
When?
She said it on the bus. She's like, I let him stay in last night. And then Wendy drops it low, all excited or whatever.
Oh, I missed that. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I think you purposely missed that part.
is that what they call it? Is shooting up the club?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a known thing?
Well,
Yeah.
you Adam. But
Thanks
definitely,
to Charlamagne the God. Yeah, it is a known thing. So Robin said that? She said, I let him stay in last night.
Uh-huh. And then Candace tells Wendy, oh, that means that like he shot up the club, like he, you know, ejaculated or whatever. Because that's the whole thing. They're pretending that they want to have kids or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, the girl. That's right. They are trying to have a baby girl. At this point in the season, they are trying to have a baby girl. I almost forgot that, Grace. Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
She's not going to be.
But it's not real. Yeah, she's not going to get pregnant. She's not going to have a baby. And good for her, because I don't think she should have a baby at this point in her life with what she's going through.
And they're not going to get married either.
You know, and well, we do have to remember too, they're building this house, but at the end of the day, that could also be a business situation where you're building a house, you get value out of that house. And the one thing that I have to say is, if they were, okay, last season she had financial woes, right? Taxes that she had to pay back, and that was a thing. And now she paid back her taxes. Okay. When Karen was asking her about her wedding, she's explaining, you know, I don't want to have like this lackluster wedding during the pandemic. You know, I would rather wait and do it when the time's right, when I can have everybody there. But at the end of the day, if you don't have a crazy amount of money, why wouldn't you just focus on building the house? I would take advantage of the pandemic, have a small wedding with like 20 people, make it really cute, spend like 20 grand, act like I spent more, have production like chip in on it a little bit, and then have that wedding. That way you get to save a lot of money. I don't necessarily think that this thought process makes sense at all. Like, I'm not buying it.
But that's why it's her thought process. That's why she lost her money, because she's done with money. And then she tried to do the whole flipping houses thing, and then she sucked at that too because she doesn't know numbers. So it makes sense to me that she's not going to do the thing that is the most financially reasonable. It's Robin.
Europe is making Grace Report show out over there.
Getting spicy
Robin,
out
you
of
want
here.
to chime in? We have Robin here with us.
Look, the reality is Robin and Juan have an agreement. And that agreement is for her to stay on the show and make her own money. So he's willing to play along because she's the mother of his children. I get it, but it's terrible for us. And I love the fact that Karen in her confessionals are speaking for us and calling her out on her BS.
Okay, I see that.
All right, you guys. So, you know, I definitely agree with that. But getting into the episode, I wanted to know what you guys think as far as, you know, because they introduced Ashley's new baby. Ashley's new baby met Gizelle and had a whole blowout. What did you think of Ashley and Michael and their new baby and introducing that baby into the family?
It was cute.
Okay.
The baby was beautiful. This baby was really, really beautiful, I have to say. I liked it. Yeah. You guys don't seem to be.
I think that babies are like a little blessing, right? But then when it's just like shatting itself and stuff, like, and I know that comes with the territory, like they do that, right? The kid, it has to do something and then it can't wipe itself. I understand, but it just reminds me, like, I'm so good with being a dog dad. But great for Ashley. I'm just good with being a dog dad.
I just don't understand how come every time Ashley's babies are, when they poop, it comes outside of their diaper. I know it happens, but every time on camera it happens for Ashley. Ashley, you're not changing that baby's diaper properly.
No, it has like a little engine back there that's just shooting shit out.
It's Daisy changing those diapers, by the way, Kempire, remember? I was like, honestly, not to shade her or anything like that, but she was holding the baby. As soon as the baby poops itself, she hands it off to the nanny. The nanny hands it back to her clean. And then the nanny had gone to get Dean from school and bring it. I'm like, you know, if it's really like this, then I don't mind maybe having one of these things. Really, you can have someone do all of this for you. Okay, hook me up.
I wish I had that, because I'm gonna be honest, it does something to your mental, changing poopy Pampers. But no, let me answer your first question. The reason it's how do you pronounce shatting is because when babies are first born, like newborns do that. And then once they get a little bit older, they just poop regular and it doesn't come out the pamper. But it's because they're newborns. That's the reason it's exploding, because they don't have control of their body.
No,
That's the reason it's explosive. Yeah.
Oh, I can't do that.
So once they get like a month or two, it's not so bad. But it does. I remember being a new mom and dealing with all of that. And it would have helped my mental state if there was someone else, you know, to take care of that. Like how the nanny took the baby, cleaned up the baby, and then gave the baby back to Ashley. I was like, that is good for Ashley's mental health, because it does. Yeah, it does do a lot to you as far as dealing with that type of thing. But during the scene where you see Ashley meeting with Gizelle and you know, introducing Gizelle to her new baby, you know, it's an innocent scene almost. You see Gizelle meeting the baby. Everything is cool. Everything is family-like, right? But then you see Gizelle bringing up this nasty rumor about Eddie cheating on Wendy. And I want to know from you guys. You guys are all three bloggers, and I want to know your personal opinions. Did you believe the Eddie cheating rumors?
I still do not believe them. I don't. There was never any receipts provided. Were there? Like, I don't see any receipts ever.
There aren't any receipts. However, the receipts are Wendy. Wendy's showing up and showing out the season and making us believe her interaction with Mia at Karen's love lunch, the way she's acting in regards to, you know, getting this work done, and her insecurity with the business. It's her insecurity that's making us believe, oh, things at home must not be so hunky-dory.
Wait a minute, Kempire. Because she got a boob job as a woman, a strong, confident woman, she can't.
And butt job.
She has to be insecure.
No. I'm not saying because she got work done, but it's just very interesting timing for her to get the work done.
I'm with Grace Report on this one. I think even though, you know, I saw it on Bravo, it showed up like Monica from All About the Tea. It showed that she was the one who broke this. And I know that she has a lot of great sources, right? But for me, I like to see proof. Like Michael Darby, he doesn't disappoint because somebody's caught his ass somewhere. Like there's a photo of you. We got you. We know. So at this point, you just have to own up to it. Now for Eddie, I'm with Grace. Like I want to see if you're going to like crucify somebody's marriage in their life, then show us some receipts. This is what we just saw in Real Housewives of New Jersey when they accused Jackie Goldschneider's husband, Evan, of hooking up with other people at the gym. We didn't see anything. We didn't get a receipt. We got nothing.
Yeah.
I want to say this, and shout out to Monica from All About the Tea. I was investigating this morning because I didn't believe it. And I never actually reported on the Eddie cheating rumors on my channel because I didn't wholeheartedly believe it. And sometimes as a blogger, I do want to put everything that's trending out there, but at the same time, I have to manage my time, you know, like as a mom. So I didn't put that out there and give my commentary on it. But when I was investigating it this morning and I was reading Monica's article about it, and she was pointing out how, you know, the issue between Wendy and Gizelle and Wendy unfollowing Gizelle, like them, you know, unfollowing each other on social media, actually started in April. And Monica from All About the Tea didn't put the story out until May. So it's almost like, you know, as far as her source, it makes me feel like, even though I don't think Eddie fathered a child outside of his marriage, I feel like the source that might have contacted All About the Tea, I feel like there is something to that source that contacted her.
But you know what, you guys, All About the Tea also had a story about Wendy being from some kind of low caste or whatever in Nigeria that wasn't even true. Wasn't that like, didn't Wendy come out and say, like, what are you talking about? I'm from this tribe, blah, blah, blah. So that's why I'm like, just give us the damn receipts. You had another like big story that like everyone was running with and like saying stuff about Wendy. Like people really believe these sorts of things. That's why I'm like, you know, at the end of the day, these are like real people. So when you come out with certain stories about them, like you gotta like know for sure. You know what I mean? Because like word travels very fast. That thing got shared so much, and like there were so many people like taking it at face value and saying stuff about Wendy that were very negative, just based on the belief that she was from like this like low caste or whatever. Like she was pretending this. Like I don't know. I need receipts.
Yeah,
I will say though about that whole other Wendy rumor. Wendy's explanation of the breakup of the family, Eddie's family and her family, doesn't seem fully all there. There's definitely more to that story that she's not telling us.
Yeah, but I will tell you this, okay, because we know Wendy has shared that basically Eddie, I keep telling y'all Eddie is a good man, Savannah. And I keep telling y'all that. And Wendy has shared that Eddie has basically, you know how the Bible says, leave your family and cleave only unto your wife? Like he's done that. Like he's, because of whatever is going on in their family, like he's left his family of origin and cleaved to Wendy and their family. And so when the rumors came out about him cheating on Wendy and fathering a child, that's part of the reason I didn't actually believe that he fathered a child with somebody else, because it seemed like he's so serious about his family with Wendy. You know what I mean? Like he's not the one to play with, in my opinion, when it comes to his family with Wendy.
I agree. He's not texting the side chick. He's not sending Snapchats. Like nothing we can get from the source.
Y'all act like people don't get away with cheating all the time without receipts.
Who's gotten away without receipts? Oh well, you know,
plenty of people. You know how many people out here cheating, especially celebrities that we don't have receipts on? Come on now. And y'all all gonna be eating crow when those receipts come out.
Wait a minute. When let's clarify. We're gonna eat crow when what?
When those Eddie receipts come out, y'all gonna be like, oh damn.
So you believe them?
I'm saying based on Wendy's behavior since then, it makes me believe them more.
Well, you think it's possible. It's not that you believe them. You think it's possible.
It's possible.
What I think explains her behavior. I think she did all of this because she always wanted to, but she didn't have the money, like the extra money to do it.
She still don't have the money. Based on what we're hearing, she ain't getting paid a lot by Bravo.
No. Well, I feel like, okay, well, at least she's got some more extra money outside of the other gigs that she has that help pay for these. And then to explain her beefs with other people, even in season 1, she was so forced in the way that she was trying to like create tension or drama with Ashley or this person or that. Her reactions, I find her to be so extra in order to stay on the show. Like, I think she's like hamming it up for the show always.
Are the boobs the write-off? No, I mean, that's a real question. Like, because it's, you know, she could say that it's for my look, for my public figure, this persona that I'm putting on a show, and I wanted to alter myself. So write-off, is that a write-off?
I laughed because I wondered the same thing when I went, got some more time. I was like, can I write this off?
If you're running a business and your business has to deal with your physical presentation, is that a write-off? That's a good question.
Some of it is. I know if you have a very good accountant, I'm sure they can figure it out.
Yes. I might have missed that. I'm
gonna go get my forehead done.
Your what?
I'm just kidding. Forehead. But no, I do want to say one thing about what Kim Pyre is saying. You know, we've seen this on Real Housewives of Orange County seasons and seasons and seasons ago when Tamra Judge was with her last husband and she was in such a bad place. She was splashing people in the face. She was just lashing out and she was angry. And then when we saw Kelly Dodd introduced to the group, she was calling people the C word. She was really like having these drunken moments where she was just lashing out at everyone. And all of the women wanted to turn on her. And Tamara was like, no, I know this behavior so well. This is somebody who's hurting. There's something going on at her home, in her home, that we don't know about. So it's almost like Kempire is giving us that vibe. Like maybe there's something happening behind the scenes, and that's why we're getting a little bit of a Wendy 2.0.
Okay, you guys are starting to, okay, it's fair. You guys are making points, but I'm still waiting for my receipts.
I'm waiting for the receipts with you.
We all are waiting for the receipts.
Yeah. Once I get the receipts, I'll cover it on my channel. If that happens, if I get real receipts, then I'll cover it on my channel. But up until then, it's a no for me, dog.
If you get real receipts and you cover it on your channel, you're gonna get real DMs from Dr. Wendy Osefo really ripping you.
A cease and desist.
Yeah, I already got a cease and desist from them. Like it's whatever. Like it's nothing to me. I really got for what you mentioned, the Osu. Because I didn't say
the tribal thing.
I didn't. What? Okay. Okay. Let me just explain this. I do hot topics, right? And so it was a hot topic in the internet, the ROA sphere. It was a hot topic, and people were trying to figure out when Wendy said that there was some beef with Eddie's family, and he chose her over his family. Basically, people were trying to understand why his family didn't like Wendy. Like, what's wrong with Wendy? Even if you don't like her, like, what's the big deal? And so it was trending on the internet. I guess from the Nigerian community, they were making a trend that Wendy is something called Osu. And I had to look up like what is Osu? And it brought up a whole lot of things as far as being like an African American. Basically, it's just a lot. But basically it was saying that African Americans are Osu and that Wendy is Osu. And so I did this video and I was exploring it. I didn't say it that it was true because who knows, and I don't believe that type of thing actually exists. Osu is basically a cursed tribe, and I don't believe cursed people exist in the world. I don't believe anybody is cursed. But I covered it on my channel because it was a hot topic, and especially dealing with African Americans. And I did get a cease and desist, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so what? Like, so what? So what?
Did
but
you
She sent the blog. She sent the blog that originally wrote it a cease and desist as well.
And then they copy and pasted me that same cease and desist. And I get offended. Like, I like my cease and desist to be personal. Like, make it personal to me. Same with Love and Marriage Huntsville. Like, don't copy and paste me on your cease and desist. Make it personal to what I did. Don't send me the same cease and desist that you sent to other people. And they did copy and paste me the same cease and desist that they sent to the original blog. And in that cease and desist that they explained that it was an issue with Eddie's sisters. Like, it's not about being Osu or being from a certain caste or whatever. It's something to do with Eddie's sisters and Wendy. Like, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not even that deep. But yeah, you guys. I don't care about getting a cease and desist from Wendy's family. Like, that's whatever to me. Been there, done that. You know what I'm saying?
It's Eddie who sent it.
It might have been.
You know what? I forgot he was a lawyer. Yeah.
And you know what? Eddie is my type of guy. To be honest with you guys.
You couldn't tell, Layla.
I keep telling you guys. I think he's very attractive, and I do think Gizelle.
Until you get those receipts.
Whatever I receive, I will publish it. But I wanted to talk about them going to Williamsburg. If we're recapping the episode, a large part of the episode was them going to Williamsburg and having that trip to Kingsmill Resort. And what did you guys think when they assigned the rooms? It was Wendy, Robin, Candace who assigned the rooms, and Mia assigned to the main house. And I'm sorry if I said Wendy, but Wendy was assigned to a cottage. Wendy, Escalade, and Karen were assigned to a cottage. What did you guys think of that?
Shady.
Yeah.
I think
so childish.
Yeah, and I also think, listen, there's so many, when you're looking for a place to host these trips on or at, why not just find a place that is all under the same roof? You know what I mean? Like, it's not that hard. You can just do your homework. You'll find somewhere that houses enough rooms for everybody to stay in one of them, especially because you don't have Ashley there. So Real Housewives of New Jersey, they pull it off. New York pulls it off. Beverly Hills, sometimes they pull it off. Most of the time they just stay in fancy hotel rooms. But the women usually pull it off. Why not this time? And I feel like it's because Candace was in charge. She meant to be shady, just the same way she meant to be shady by not inviting Ashley to the Pajama Party. And also by not calling her and inviting her to Williamsburg. Shade, 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 shade.
Also,
So you don't believe she forgot?
No, she didn't forget. How did you forget? There's only, how many people are there? Gizelle, Karen, Thornton, Robin. That's the one I forgot. Ashley, Darby, Esquella, Karen.
Right.
There's only 7 people. Did I say Karen?
And they're in a group text. Why wouldn't she just send it to the group text?
Shade.
They're always referencing this. Yeah.
I think it's a pre-produced situation. They know on other cities it works where people are fighting over rooms. That's exactly what they wanted in this particular moment.
Mm-hmm. Guys, how did you feel about her being in her confessional when she talked about how Wendy was going to be in the guest house? I was like, you let the green-eyed bandits who are allied together so strong. You can't even have your own alliance with Wendy, whether you're having certain issues with her now or not. And then to find out that she even had an issue with Wendy, and it's because Wendy is friends with Karen, who she's mad at because she's friends with Monique. It's like, this girl is so child. This is what people mean when they say that Candace is a 30-something-year-old child. Everyone's always like, oh, because of her mom or this or that. No, like, she's just so childish. Oh my God. She's playing checkers with girls who are playing chess.
Yeah, she does come across as childish, especially if she believes that Robin and Gizelle are her friends. Like, if you believe Robin and Gizelle are your friends, like, you're definitely childish. If
You're unwell. Not even just childish. You are unwell. If you think that they're your friends and they stuck up for you over Monique because they like you and not because they always had a vendetta against Monique, there's something wrong.
Listen, I don't want to be on the Bassett's radar any more than I already have. So I'll let you. Grace she's reading them up and down for filth. So take it away.
Oh my God. Adam just mentioned, Adam, the Bassett's, what the heck happened there?
They just don't like me.
Why? You didn't even interview with Candace. What happened?
Adam is like, that's it. They just don't like me. That's it.
I can make this in under 30 seconds. So pretty much I did the Fallon interview. When I did the Fallon interview, Chris Bassett decided to go on Twitter and he said, Fallon, we're so excited to hear your story, but we wish you would have went with somebody else besides Adam, #fraud. Yada, yada, yada. So what happened was I did an interview with Candace a long time ago when I first started my channel. And when I did, I asked her about the Vanderpump Rules firings and what went on and if she feels like Bravo should have fired these people for old tweets that resurfaced. She said, absolutely, yes. I think these people should be held accountable and I support the network for doing so. Well, to our surprise, a month later, homophobic tweets resurfaced from Candace. And then when they did, and everything was going on, and then unfortunately the passing of, another blogger, Kyle, when that all happened, and she said, I hope we know what she said, and you die. And that's exactly what happened. Not saying it's Candace's fault that Kyle passed, because I don't believe that at all. I just think that, her words were reckless, and words can be weaponized too, right? This is more than 30 seconds. But the point is, I called it out and then she got pissed off at me. And then I did a tea with Monique and then all of a sudden I was team Monique and I didn't pick sides, but now I just met up with Monique in Palm Beach and I think she's great. So now I picked a side.
I love it. How ironic that you're a fraud because you asked her to hold her feet to the fire the same way she was holding other people's feet to the fire.
And Chris is just like, Chris went on social media. I even said like I wouldn't talk about this, but I don't care. I'm not afraid of anybody. I actually hope I see them at BravoCon. I'd be like, hey. But
what you gonna do?
Yeah. Because just like you were trying to take everything, by suing somebody and trying to put them in jail and make sure that they can pay your mom's mortgage, I would just make sure that you're paying my mortgage if you did anything. So it'd be great. But when it comes to Chris, though, he was like sending messages and then he was like, you know what? I'm not going to engage with the blogger. I've done this before. But it's like, the hell are you is this the bourbon? What is this? Because you were the one who started this. And it was at the time that the Fallon interview seemed like it was bigger than anything that Chris had going on. So you were going to write out this Chris thing. That's all. Yeah. Or Fallon thing. Yeah, it was just messy. So then I was just like, I'm disengaging. And I took the Meredith Marks route.
Best
I love her. Yeah, I love her. I can't wait for Salt Lake City to come back. I cannot wait. All the drama and all the lawsuits, I cannot wait. But what did you guys think with Robin taking Mia's room and telling Mia, we're going to move you downstairs? Not asking Mia, do you mind moving downstairs? But telling Mia, we're going to move you downstairs. What did y'all think of that moment?
It was classic Mean Girl. I was actually surprised that Robin even did it, but Robin's leaning into being Gizelle's lapdog. She's leaning into it. And I'm like, all right, so you're going to see yourself without a job next season.
I agree. I feel like, oh my God, at that point, I was like, I feel like Gizelle is Robin's soulmate. I think that, like, I would believe her and Robin would get married before Robin and Juan or Gizelle and anybody. Okay. Because what happened was Gizelle said, I wish you were sleeping upstairs too. Robin just got up. She's like, Mia, you're taking the other room. I'm taking yours. I'm like, at your own house, Robin, your children are not being woken up in time for school. They're not being made breakfast. You know, they can cry for you. That's fine. You're still going to sleep in bed. But Gizelle wants you in the bedroom next to her. And you get up like that, shoot up like a bat out of hell and make it happen.
And, you know, I think the way that she said this too, like, I think it's all about the delivery. And I'm somebody who, like, you know, Grace was saying earlier, she's like, Adam, I feel like you're so polished. And outside of this whole YouTube world, I have different, you know, situations that go on sometimes. But I feel like if you come to me, you have to come to me the right way, the same way that I'm going to go to you. How I would treat you, I want you to treat me. And for this situation, I think that Robin could have said, you know, hey, Mia, we're all in the house. Like, you know, I just wanted to be next to Gizelle. So do you mind if we switch rooms? Would that be a big deal? And I would have received that as, oh, okay. Like, no, it's not a big deal. But when you tell me I'm doing something, I feel like she's trying the hell out of her and she's trying to get a reaction. Mia didn't give it to them, but I wish Mia would have stood her ground and been like, no, that's not how you're going to talk to me. If you want the room, you could have asked me, but since you didn't come to me, correct? Hell no.
You know, Mia did respond to it on Twitter and she explained actually Candace tweeted, that was some real pro-fight hazing right there. Just going to kick the girl all out her room. I wouldn't have took that. And pro-fight hazing, for anyone watching not familiar, it's like sorority hazing, like someone who is their first year in the sorority, you know, would be a pro-fight and it's hazing. And Mia responded, I thought I'd be nice and share some luxury with those who may not get to experience it at home often.
I love
That's basically shade to Robin. Like, Robin doesn't get luxury at home. So Mia gave her the opportunity. She was like, okay, no big deal. You know, you're not used to this view. You're not used to this type of luxury. So sure, you can have it. You can have it.
I wish you would have had that response then, though. I love the response now, but I wish you would have had it right then.
Yeah, and somebody tweeted that exact same thing. When she tweeted that, somebody responded and said the same thing. I wish you would have said that response right then. And she said something about picking her battles. Like she wasn't trying to have that type of battle right then and there. So
I think it's going to come up at the reunion. It's coming up at the reunion. Then she'll do it again, I think. And I hope it does.
Yeah, but I think that there's two different kinds of shade deliverers. Like, I feel like there's like the Grace report who like just slithers it right in, you know, she's good and it's fast and it's witty. And I think that's good. And I can appreciate that. But I feel like for Mia, she really has to think about it for a second, which is not bad. She has to like collect her thoughts and then she could be shady, but that's the type of person that would have to tweet it out because you have to know how many characters you have to put on, like what you're saying, how I'm going to deliver it, as opposed to, again, like Grace, who's just like slither shade.
I agree. I think, she probably needs a little bit more time. You know, she's not like barking about how she's a boss this, a boss that. Then she doesn't really have much material outside of that.
She came out with boss shot glasses. And because you know how people keep talking about her saying she's a boss. And she came out with these shot glasses, like, take a shot every time I say I'm a boss. So she is really getting into it. So I'm looking forward to seeing her more on this season, the reunion, and next season. Like I'm starting to like Mia a little bit. I have to watch and see, but I'm starting to like Mia.
Well, she also said too, you know, when she first started filming, she's like, I don't know what the heck I got myself into. And the way that the women were kind of coming for her right out of the gate, Dr. Wendy Accuses and across the table. And she said one day she was pacing around her house, just pacing back and forth. And it was like after 2 weeks into filming. And then she collected her thoughts and she was like, you know what? No, Mia, we're going to do this. We committed. We're going to do it. And I think it's just a process. Like it does not, I don't think it would come natural to anybody to put yourself in a reality TV situation. It's not a natural situation to have these camera people around you and then all of the women waiting for you to have a moment of weakness or a slip up so they can just eviscerate you. Like that's not normal.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's definitely not. And I'm glad she got her wits about her. I'm glad she took a moment and kind of like collected her thoughts and was like, okay, what are we going to do next? And I'm not surprised she did that. I feel like she's a person who is like very thoughtful. But for you guys, what are you looking forward to on the next episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac?
Oh, the read when Wendy finds out what Gizelle was saying. That was in the preview, right? That she was going to read her down.
Yeah, I thought it would be this episode, but it's actually next episode. Yeah. And that's the thing. As far as being a member of a sorority, like I went to a historically Black college my freshman year, and I ended up graduating from a PWI. But what I learned, like I was surprised to see two sorority members go at it like that. But what I'm hearing is that the real reason that Gizelle has a problem with Wendy is because when they were at that table, you remember that dinner they had where Wendy was announcing her plastic surgery, and Robin kind of defended Gizelle against Karen when Karen was saying all that sing stuff, and Wendy told Karen not to gang up on people, like to let it be one-on-one, like don't gang up on people, just let people have their conversations. They say that's the real issue that Gizelle has with Wendy. Even though they're sorority sisters, that's why she's putting Wendy on Front Street, because Wendy told Robin to stop defending Gizelle.
She told Robin to stay out of people's business. Let them fight.
And Gizelle is mad about it. Gizelle is mad about it.
Because she's used to Robin having her back.
Yeah.
See, Gizelle might have put Wendy on Front Street, but I want to see Wendy take her to school. I think this is going to be so good. I feel like she's going to read her up and down. And honestly, Dr. Wendy Osefo, we've seen she has the ability, like she just does that thing with where she like purses her lips and she like squeezes her hand and she gets annoyed. And you can tell she's really frustrated, especially when you're talking about her family. I don't think she's playing. And I think that, you know, Gizelle, again, we know she's very reckless with these rumors. She just goes family by family and she attacks each one except for Robin's. And she's reckless with what she says because she doesn't care. She has nothing to lose. She just only has, you know, her job to gain and maintain. And for Dr. Wendy Osefo, I don't think she's going to let it fly.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I was excited to see Wendy's read at the spa party, and then that was sort of like, it really wasn't anything. So I'm hopeful that this read is actually TV worthy, Monique Samuels reunion part 1 worthy, and it's not just, oh, we thought it was going to be great, and then it falls flat. So I'm hopeful, but I don't really have a lot of faith.
It's about her family, though. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's going to be something to it. You know?
TikTok, Layla.
I'm also hopeful though too, like I know that you said it's going to be next episode, but I'm just hopeful that we don't get next episode and then like the girls go play like croquet or something, and then it's like a little bit of talk over breakfast, and then boom, at the end this is when it happens, and then it leaves us a cliffhanger to the week after. Like I don't need that. I just want to see what happens.
It feels like they have a lot though, because we're seeing everything from the trailer already, and this is only going to be episode 5 or 6. So I'm like, they have a lot, so I'm excited for this season.
Me too. How long do you think it'll last, though? Because usually Potomac issues are not like Beverly Hills or whatever other issues. Like they usually gloss over them pretty quickly and move on. Do you think this will stretch long, like a couple episodes long, or the rest of the season?
Based on what we're hearing, it seems like it extends all the way to Karen's vow renewal, which is like the last episode.
Yeah. And I think that's appropriate. I think it's appropriate for it to extend that long, because when you're talking about people's families and their husbands, I do think it's not something that you let go. You know what I mean? Like it's not something to just gloss over. Like, you know, she said this about my family, and Wendy pointed it out. Like she said it twice. She really wanted this to be a part of the season. She knows the rumors are false, and yet she repeated them twice. So I think that's something worth holding on to, in my opinion.
And
will they come up with receipts maybe? Do you think Gizelle's going to get receipts somehow? Someone's going to slide into her DMs? No? Like, what do you talk about? Like, I think your husband's cheating on you. And the girl goes, he's not. Now what? What do you do?
I would crack the hell up if I don't want to even say it. If we get an Avatar moment, I swear I'm going to fall out.
Not Avatar.
I'm going to fall out. I'm just saying. If we get an Avatar, I'm going to.
You know what I did notice was that they didn't reference the vlog. They referenced realityt.com, even though it originally came from allaboutthetea.com.
No,
No,
they flashed it. They flashed it.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
did
flashed
they?
it.
I
Yeah.
only saw reality tea. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Stand corrected then.
Yeah, but you caught the shooting in the club thing.
Yeah.
So,
By the way, Wendy's reaction to that again just shows how like hard she tries, right? Like she goes, drops it up and down, twerks it. I'm like, you still barely know this girl. And then her reaction to the engagement of these people was also over the top and dramatic. Like she just hams it up.
Yeah, she's definitely a ham, but I'm here for it. You know, when people try too hard, I'm entertained. Like I want to see what you're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like I like that. I enjoy watching people try too hard on reality TV.
Did you like her try hard outfit on the bus, you guys? By the way,
Oh my God,
Did y'all like that?
Grace, Grace. Give us grace. Y'all give us grace. Give us grace.
Yeah, what was that?
At least she's trying. You saw Robin's outfit on the bus?
Yeah, a mess.
Oh my God. So Wendy tweeted, she said, I didn't know there was a dress code for a girls trip with grown women. Anyway, my outfit is from Zara. I think it's cute. Did y'all like the outfit?
No,
I thought it was cute on her.
I thought it was cute.
I didn't like it. I felt like the, what do you call it? The thing with like the wedgie thing came up too high. I get that it's a trend, but it was too much of a gap. So it made her look off.
Even the girl modeling it, if you look at the girl modeling it, and maybe this is a women's thing, but if you look at the girl modeling it, you can see it's not that high for her. But the way Wendy is wearing it, it's like all the way up. Like, oh my God, Wendy.
Yeah.
But I don't want to judge. I don't
Yeah.
want to
We don't judge, but we're judging.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
We're definitely judging. Well, I want to thank you three for joining me. You guys, if you go to my description box, and I'll put it in the comments too, there's a link to Up and Adam's channel, Grace Report's channel, and Kempire's channel. Make sure you follow them for all things Real Housewives of Potomac, Teen Mom, Real Housewives of Atlanta, everything that's going on with Real Housewives. Make sure you give them a follow. And I want to thank all of you for joining me today.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me and us.
Yes.
And thanks for inviting me to your guys' panel. This was fun.
Yeah, this is a weekly panel we're doing. So next week, I want to say is Kempire.
Yep. I'll be hosting in the House of Kempire.
Yeah.
Exciting.
So make sure you join us next Monday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Kempire Daily's channel. All right, you guys, and thank you for all of the viewers watching us and commenting along. Thank you for watching. Thank you for leaving your comments. We love you guys. Bye.